Willie D Live.
So the people that's like watching this, they feel like they at their breaking point and they don't really have nobody. Like my best advice, like Will told me, he say, Kane, you got to keep moving. Don't sit, don't be still, do something. I don't care if you're reading a book. Write something, do something. Because it's true, when you sit and you let your mind dwindle, it's going to start feeding itself that negative high. You know what I'm saying?
And they say that idle mind is the devil's workshop.
Yeah, you're right. Our grandma used to say that. Yeah, and it's just going to keep on going, you know. And the worst thing you can do is not tell somebody. Because if you think you can really just, and I know y'all men, y'all are not too big on sharing y'all emotions and things like that, but talking to somebody so that you can just kind of slightly cope with it a little bit, you know? And everybody is not going to understand you. You know, they not going to understand you. So, like, yeah, going through what I went through, man, I had to self-talk myself so many times. And then it was like, you know, you wake up on a Tuesday, I think today I got it. 12 o'clock come, boom, you ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? Got to get back up. And it's like, dang, like, it's tough. It is tough. Like, depression, entrepreneurial depression, man, it's real. Man, it is real. And, you know, some people, I know a couple people that, like, it took them out. It was just so overwhelming, you know?
But when you bounce back, when you were bouncing back from it, was you cognizant of the bounce back? Were you like saying, okay, this is the process, you know, I'm going through it, and then you wake up and you feel a little hit, and then you go like, okay, I'm still fighting through this. I'm getting through this. I'm getting through it. I see the light at the end of the tunnel. Did you see that, or did it just happen and then you say, oh, I think I got through it?
Well, this wasn't my first time going through depression. My last time going through depression was when I was married. And that lasted so long and it was so intense, like I was on medication. You know, I don't even really talk about this. I think this is my first time really talking about it. But I thought I was gonna die, you know, and I really did. I was like, I understand when people really get depressed and they be thinking suicidal, because, and then you got the other people that might say, how can you? Ain't no way I can kill myself. That's just, you know what I'm saying? That's absurd. Like, no way. You have no idea how your mind gets taken over to the point where you feel like dying is the best option for you to go out. So I had been there before. My mama saved me last time, you know, out of it. And really, this is the first time I'm really talking about this, you know, not going into details about the relationship, but really what pushed me over the edge. But I was about to set the house on fire. I was finna burn that sucker down. I was outside in the garage. I had the gasoline. I was finna burn that sucker down. And my mom, she called me out the blue and was just like, what are you doing? And she was like, something just came over me and said, call you immediately. So just kind of jumping back to just how our bodies are so technologically wired. Think about that. A mother, how she's wired to her children. You know what I mean? Y'all always talk about got that praying mother. You know, I truly believe when that mother the umbilical cord is connected to that baby, man, that's the lifeline for real. That umbilical cord really never gets cut. Yeah, it might get cut when you're born, but I think every mother has this invisible umbilical cord connected to her children in some form or fashion. That's why she's able to feel when somebody doing something they ain't supposed to be doing, you know. She calls. And I think that's what gives her the drive to always be a praying mother, because she's catching them signals. She may not call you and tell you, but she catching them signals. So when I went through depression this time, it was a lot less severe than the first time. So in the back of my mind, I knew I could make it. I just couldn't see the pathway just yet. It was kind of like if you're a real estate developer, you know this land is valuable. You know yourself is valuable. You know you want to build something. You know you got to do something. Here it is. I got Stack Wealth Network. Like, Kane, just go back. Just go do that. Can't you just do that? It was deeper than that. It was deeper than that. I was like, no. It was like I had to pave this land, like for new territory or something. That's kind of how I can explain it. But I think really God, man, sent me through that to really strengthen me. You know what I mean? Because for a long time I had been conditioned, being in that 15-year marriage. Part of you as a woman, you start to depend emotionally, financially, everything on a man, and as you try to find or discover yourself coming out of that, you actually got to be put in circumstances by yourself so that you can be strong. That way now I know for sure if I ever go back down that road, I'm going to feel myself headed that way. You see what I'm saying? So that's why when you said, dang, 6 months a long time, to me 6 months really wasn't a long time for me. I felt like I did pretty good on coming out of it and shaking it off of me. But if I ever go back that way, I'm gonna know that I'm headed that way, And that's just based on saying entrepreneur depression. Who knows what life tragedies bring and other things like that. But I know I'm gonna be able to capacitate it a lot more. I think God is really fortifying me for some other bigger mission. I always felt like that. I really don't know where I'm going, because God has pivoted me, man, so many freaking times. I be ending up in positions that's just like, just really, Lord? Because I didn't go to college. I don't have a degree. I don't have that piece of paper, But I've always been firm in my faith and say, you know what? I really don't need a piece of paper to put me in position where God really wants me to be. He's always opened doors for me, put the right people in my path, put me where he need me to be. Now, yeah, sometimes I got to fight in the positions where he make me go to war, but I feel like if he didn't feel like I was a soldier, he probably wouldn't put me on the front line. So,
Yeah. At what point did you become interested in technology? Was there something that sparked your interest in particular?
Man, well, it was funny is that I wanted to be a fashion designer. I wanted to be a fashion designer early on as a child. And my dad said, no. He said, the future is going to be technology and you need to learn this. He bought me my first Mac computer when I was 11. And from there, I just started to be intrigued by these machines. I had a little side job, little side hustle at the age of 12. Remember back in the day how they used to have the labels? You peel off that label, you stick it on the envelope, letterheads and all of that. I used to be the person that made those. So I had all the little tax businesses in Acres Home because that's where I'm from. All the little landscaping and tax businesses. Oh, I was printing up their flyers for them. Yeah, so at 12, now that I think about it, I'm like, Daddy, where my money at? You know what I'm saying? He would cut me $100 a week. You know what I mean?
$100 a week at 11 years old?
Yeah, I was 11, 12. Yeah,
damn.
I was feeling like I needed some more money,
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had my first business way back then, but he told me you need to be in tech and you need to be in real estate. That's what he told me. Them was the two things. And those have been the things that really, carried me on because I was a realtor at one point, too. And I didn't really like the idea of showing people houses and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I kind of dabbled on the investor side. But then that tech come back and just take me over, It's just something about solving a problem or using a device to produce something that another human being needs. That's what drives me. You know what I'm saying? It can do so much. You can literally take a single mom who coming out a 9-to-5 job, who only know about a 9-to-5, and she's hella skilled at, I don't know, bedazzling jeans and shoes and denim jackets and stuff. And she don't even really see, that's a unique item. That's a one-off. Do you know, people out there want to buy that because they don't want to look like other people? Taking her brand and her passion and helping her monetize that, that's magic to me.
So that's what you do with your company?
Well, yes, a portion of it, yeah. So in Stack Wealth.
If I come to Stack Wealth, if I come to Stack Wealth Network, and say, look, this is my business. It's a good model. I think it's a good model. We're doing okay, but I think we can do a lot better. Then what do you tell me?
You're going to be on the corporate side because Stackwood Network, that's the business coaching side, group coaching, the videos and all of that is back there because at first I used to do one-on-one coaching, but then as people was growing, I can't coach everybody, you know what I'm saying? So I started putting videos.
So you're doing the presentations?
Yeah.
So what does that look like?
When you say like for someone like you who joined?
Well, just say, that my company, you come into my company to do a presentation for my employees, right?
Well, yeah, if you're going to be corporate, so you're going to be a corporate client. So if you're a corporate client and you contact me and be like, Kane, hey, this is my business model. I got 5, 10 employees or whatever. I'm coming straight in and doing an audit. So the first thing I'm going to ask you is, what are you focused on? You focused on trying to organize and get your infrastructure together? Is it you trying to focus on revenue? Which, because we do got sharks, they like straight focused on just straight revenue. That's what we want to focus on. Or is it that you need to get that synergy going with your employees, like the people? They need to be integrated with these systems and upgraded. Your people need to upgrade because some companies got people who've been with them 5, 10 years and they don't see that Sister Dolores, she ain't really doing nothing. She really affecting y'all bottom line. So I come in, I'm going to audit you and your company and see how y'all flow. I'm going to kind of like overshadow everybody. I'm finna straight up identify where y'all lacking systems, any tools, and where y'all leaving money on the table. I do that for about a month, maybe about 3 weeks. It really depends on the size of the company. I'm going to write all of that out. Boom. I'm going to either give it to the owner or the person they put me in charge with and tell them, this is what I see. This is where y'all need to improve. This is the money y'all leaving on the table. This is about how much right here I think I can get y'all right here. Now, if we scale and we correct all of this, then we can multiply this number right here.
So you have a retainer, and then you get a percentage of what you save the company.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, it really, I'm so fair with it because it depends on their position. It could be an equity structure, could be they only want me from this period to this period, and then they got, some companies can afford a lump sum on the front, some can't afford a lump sum, so it'll be a smaller here, high percentage here. You see what I'm saying? I done had companies pay me on they darn American Express corporate card because it's beneficial for them.
And how do you help the individual?
Individual, they're going to come into Stackwood Network. So Digital Business Boot Camp. That's going to take them through first evaluating. This is solo entrepreneurs. Now we're talking solo entrepreneurs. These people may not have no employees. They're probably done turned their side hustle into a business. They trying to hit that 6-figure mark, They're going to go through a series of videos that actually show them how they should be structuring their business. So we're going to talk about mindset first. Then we're going to be talking about a bit of branding. So it's a checkpoints to make sure that their business is on point and you got all of that going on. Then we move into sales psychology where they watching videos and I'm teaching them about pricing strategies. Then we move into marketing online, targeting your audience because a lot of people don't know that. They just... Who's your target audience? Everybody. No, it's not.
Right.
And then, so it just moves them down a series all the way down. Once they finish them basics, then they have the opportunity to book a consultation with me, and then I can work with them. So that portion is what I call the DIY. So you do that yourself. Right, and then the one when I'm starting to work with you, I'm working with you, more so not really one-on-one, but I'm guiding you. You got my expertise. You can pick up that phone. You can call me. You can kind of text me, Kane, what should I do here? And then I'm kind of guiding you in that way. And then of course the done for you version is people who like, look, Kane, I see what you do. I got the money to pay you. Can you set my business up for me and just call me when the keys to the penthouse is ready? And then I do it like that. So you can either do it yourself, do it with us, or have us do it for you. That's gonna be on that side. But a corporate company, I'm coming in there.